And alright by Charles Bukowski, uh, chapter 34. The next day in bed, I got tired of waiting for the airplanes and I found a large yellow notebook that had been meant for high school work. It was empty. I found a pen. I went to bed with the notebook and the pen. I made some drawings. I drew women in high heeled, shoes with their legs crossed and their skirts pulled back. Then I began in reading. It was about a German aviator in World War One, Baron von Himmler. He flew a Red Fokker, and he was not popular with his fellow flyers. He didn't talk to them. He ran alone, and he flew alone. He didn't bother with women, although they all loved him. He was above that. He was too busy. He was busy shooting alien planes out of the sky. Already he had shot down 110, and the war wasn't over. His red Fokker, which he referred to as the October bird of death, was now everywhere. Even the enemy ground troops knew him as he often flew low over them, taking their gunfire and laughing, dropping bottles of champagne, often suspended from little parakeets. Baron von Himmler was never attacked by less than 5 Allied planes at a time. He was an ugly man with scars on his face, but he was beautiful if you looked long enough. And it was in the eyes, his style, his courage, his first aloneness. I wrote a page and page about the Baron stock fights, how he would knock down 3 or 4 planes, fly back almost nothing left of his red Fokker. He'd bounce down, leap out of the plane while it was still rolling, and he head for the bar where he'd grab a bottle and sit at a table alone, pouring shots and slamming them down. Nobody drank like the Baron. The others just stood at the bar and watched him. And one time of the other flyer said, "What is it, Himmler? You think you're too good for us?" It was Willie Schmidt, the biggest, strongest guy in the outfit. The Baron downed his drink, set down his glass, stopped up, and slowly started walking toward Willie, who was standing at the bar. The other flyers backed off. "Jesus, what are you going to do?" asked Willie as the Baron advanced. The Baron kept moving slowly toward Willie, not answering. "Jesus, Baron, I was just kidding. Mother's honor, listen to me, Baron. Baron, and the enemy is elsewhere, Baron." The Baron let go with his right, and you couldn't see it. It smashed into Willie's face, propelling him over the top of the bar, flipping him over completely. He crashed into the bar mirror like a cannonball, and the bottle stumbled down. The Baron pulled a cigar out and lit it, then walked back to his table, sat down, and poured another drink. They didn't bother the Baron of after that. Behind the bar, they picked Wally up. His face was a mass of blood. The Baron shot plane after plane out of the sky. Nobody seemed to understand him. Anybody knew how he had become so skillful with the Red Fokker and his other strange ways, like fighting or the graceful way he walked. He went on and on. His luck was sometimes bad, one day flying back after downing through allied planes, leaving in low over enemy lines. He was hit by shrapnel. It blew off his right hand at the wrist. He managed to bring the Red Fokker in. From the time on he flew with an iron hand in place of his original right hand, it didn't affect his flying, and the fellows of the bar were more careful than ever when they talked to him. Many more things happened to the Baron after that. Twist, this twist he crashed in no man's land, and each time he crawled back to his squadron, half dead. Throw, uh, throw barbed wire and flares and enemy fire. Many times he was given up for dead by his comrades. Once he was gone for 8 days, and the other flyers were sitting in the bar, talking about what an exceptional man he had been. And when they looked up, there was the Baron standing in the doorway, 8 day, beard, uniform torn and muddy, eyes red and blurry. Iron had leaning in the bar like he stood there and he said, there better be some goddamned whiskey in this place, or I'm tearing it apart. The Baron went on doing magic things. Half the notebook was filled with Baron von Hinlen. It made me feel good to write about the Baron. I needed somebody. There wasn't anybody around. So, so you had to make up somebody, making up to be like a man should be. It wasn't make believe or cheating. The other way was make believe and cheating, living your life without a man like him around. Chapter 35. The bandages were helpful. LAA County Hospital had finally come up with something. The balls drained. The bleeding vanished, but it faded a bit. Yet some new one once and would appear and rise up again. They drilled me and wrapped me again. My sessions with the drill and were endless. 32, 36, 38 times. There was no fear of the drill anymore. There never had been. Only an anger, but the anger was gone. There wasn't even a resignation on my part, only disgust. A disgust that this had happened to me, and a disgust with the doctors who couldn't do anything about it. They were helpless, and I was helpless. The only difference being that I was the victim. They could go home to their lives and forget why I was stuck with the same face, but the word changed in my life. My father found a job. He passed an examination in the LA County Museum and got a job as a guard. My father was good at exams. He loved math and history. He passed the exam and finally had a place to go each morning. There had been three vacancies for wards, and he had gotten one of them. At a county general hospital, and somehow found out, and Miss Ackerman told me one day, Henry, this is your last treatment. I'm going to miss you. Oh, come on, I said. Stop your kidding. And you're going to miss me like I'm going to miss that electric needle. But she was very strange that day. Those big eyes were watering. I heard her blow her nose. I heard one of the nurses ask her, why, Janice, what's wrong with you? Nothing. I'm all right. Poor Miss Ackerman. I was 15 years old, and I loved with her, and I was covered with balls, and there was nothing that either of us could do. All right, she said, this is going to be your last ultraviolet right treatment. Lay on your stomach. I know your first name now. I told her. Jenny, that's a pretty name. It's just like you. Oh, shut up, she said. I saw her arms again when the first buzzer sounded. I turned over Jenny's, rested my chin, and left the room. I never saw her again. My father didn't believe in doctors who were not free. They make you this in a tube, take your money, and drive home to their whips in Beverly Hills, he said. But Once he did send me to a doctor with bad breath and a head as round as a basketball. Only with two little eyes were basketball had mom. I didn't like my father and that the doctor wasn't any better. He said, no fried foods and to drink carrot juice. That was it. I would re-enter high school the next term, said my father. I'm busting my ass to keep people from stealing. Some nigger broke the glass on a case and stole some rare coins yesterday. I hope the bastard. We rode down the stairway together. I held him until the others came. I risk my life every day. Why should you sit around on your ass? Moving? I want you to be an engineer. How the hell you're gonna be an engineer when I fill notebooks full of women with their skirts pulled up to their ass? Is that all you can drown? Why don't you drown flowers or mountains of the ocean? You're going back to school. I drank carrot juice and went to enroll. I had only missed on one third. The boys weren't court, but they weren't as bad as they had been. You know what carrot juice cost me? I have to work the first hour every day just for your goddamn carrot juice.